We're in the political silly season now where we have hearings like the one we're having today that is titled Chaos and Control, How Trump Criminalized Women's Health. And we're talking about things as if Trump went to Alabama and passed a law in Alabama, and Trump went to Louisiana and passed a law in Louisiana. Nothing can be further from the truth. So let's just at least level set and not put words in President Trump's mouth. President Trump said, like Ronald Reagan, I believe in the exceptions, rape, incest, and life of the mother, at the debate back in June. These are President Trump's words. I know people are trying to put words in his mouth. That's what he said. Now, then we have some people here, again, political silly season. I know some of my colleagues have referenced it on the other side of the aisle, Project 2025. I've never read that document, but apparently President Trump has to own something that a third-party think tank did on life. Also, not true. I kind of am old-fashioned. I think that the Republican Party platform that was adopted in Wisconsin this year is probably the best indication of what Republicans are running on. The platform says we will oppose late-term abortion while supporting mothers and policies that advance prenatal care, access to birth control, and in vitro fertilization treatment. That's the Republican Party platform, not words that people want to put in our mouths from third parties. It's the political silly season. One of the reasons my colleagues want to make it seem like we're so extreme here, number one, this is a states' rights issue. And in my opinion, some states have gotten it wrong, and they're probably going to suffer political consequences at some point in the future. My state, I think, got it right. Why is nobody talking about an abortion law, an access to abortion law that was passed this year in North Carolina? Because we know the majority of people in North Carolina support the bill. 12 months with 12 weeks with reasonable exceptions. Why wasn't that a news story here? Why didn't the Democrats mention it? Because they all know the same thing. The majority of the American people think there should be reasonable limits to access to abortion. But obviously, not leaving someone out to die. Physicians having an obligation to provide care. We support that. This is the political silly season. I can't imagine anybody in the Republican conference of the U.S. Senate who embrace some of these extreme positions that my colleagues would like to suggest that we support. I was Speaker of the House in North Carolina. We passed 4 pro-life bills. I am a U.S. Senator who opposed someone who wanted unrestricted access to abortion today because we reflected the wishes and the desires of the people in North Carolina. A couple of states get it wrong on my side of the aisle. Tough for them. They lose elections, replace them, change the law. This is a states' rights issue that most states are getting right. But now I want to talk about what the Democrats really don't want to talk about. And it's their extreme position that, quite honestly, I'm not going to put anyone on the dais who's a majority witness. But I've got to be clear. In May and February of 2022, there was a vote on the Senate floor that they say is a reasonable position on access to abortion. I am not an attorney, but I just tried to confirm this with my staff, and I think what I'm about to say is true. And if it's not, Ms. Hacker, I'd like for you to correct me. 2 times on the Senate floor, Chuck Schumer made a political statement, political silly season again, and the statement was that they wanted the Women's Health Protection Act to be passed. The Women's Health Protection Act was going to compel a religious institution to potentially, if they win the argument on the smart language that they put in, to provide, to exempt the Hyde Amendment, if they could get shop a lawsuit and say that not having federal taxpayer dollars funding abortion is unreasonable, preventing unreasonable access or restrictions to care. They voted twice in 2022, including, and a number of people who weren't here at that time have co-sponsored a bill that mandates access to an abortion, up to and including potentially a religious institution, to perform an abortion without the consent of parents. And if I'm not mistaken, without a doctor present, potentially a physician's assistant. Am I correct in that assessment of that bill, Ms. Hacker?
Senator, thank you. I have not done a deep analysis of that bill, but it does permit non-physicians to perform abortions. And it also, I believe,
allows minors to do it without the advice of their parents and could be done in the late term. That is an extreme position that I guarantee you the majority of the American people reject. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, it's now